This is probably one of the most insane college applications I've ever seen, and I'm gonna try to guess which universities he got into.
So first and foremost, this student had a perfect 5.5 out of 5 GPA, as well as a perfect SAT, and not to mention he was ranked 1 out of 312. He took 18 AP courses. As for his legacy, his parents went to MIT and Dartmouth respectively, and then both went to Stanford for medical school. Now for his extracurriculars. He was president of the Aerospace Engineering Club at his school, founded Rocket Club, varsity basketball and volleyball, UChicago Young Scholars Program, participated in MITES, spent a summer at Stanford, and a couple of college classes online. Here are the universities that he applied to. I'm gonna take a stab and say that he got into Stanford. I'm also gonna say that he got into MIT. I'm gonna say accepted to Dartmouth, accepted to Oxford, but rejected from Yale, Princeton, and UChicago. I'm gonna guess that he got rejected from Brown as well, but accepted to Columbia. I'm gonna say rejected from Penn, but accepted to Cornell, and accepted to Caltech. I'll be revealing the universities that he actually got into in part 2, so make sure to follow.
Here is the insane story of how the student got into both Stanford and MIT. But first and foremost, a couple of you were wondering why he put EA for both Stanford and MIT, which isn't possible. I asked him about it, and he basically said that it was just an accident and he had only applied to Stanford early. I said, haha, no worries, some people just noticed and found it odd. How'd you feel when you got accepted to MIT? Must have been crazy. He says it definitely was. It had been my dream school since elementary, and he was in his physics class when he opened it, and so his friends were there as well. One other guy in the class made it in as well, and so they both celebrated a bunch. But to be fair, he wasn't too stressed as he had gotten into universities that he would have been happy to attend before that as well. Here are the rest of his college acceptances. He was accepted to both Stanford and MIT, accepted to Dartmouth, accepted to Oxford, rejected from Yale, and waitlisted from Princeton. He was also accepted to UChicago, which I got that one wrong. He was also accepted to Brown and Columbia, rejected from Penn, and waitlisted from both Cornell and Caltech. I asked him at the bottom here, the acceptances you had were insane. What was MITES like? If you guys don't know, MITES is one of the most insanely competitive science programs that are held at MIT. Let me know if you want to hear his response.